Life is suffering. Hello, trash humans, and welcome to another episode of Lessons in Suffering. If you don't know who I am, go back and watch the last episode. Today, we're talking about vanity, which is something that I'm very experienced in. Because, of course, I'm very vain. I love being told I'm pretty. Are you kidding? Who doesn't want to be told that they're gorgeous? Who doesn't want to be flattered all the time? Who doesn't want the attention? But while the desire for attention is a very common trait amongst you people, very few truly understand what it means to be vain. Take, Trashy Pesto. You know, the blonde who likes to have breakdowns on her kitchen floor and has all the plastic in her face? Yeah, that one. Trashy, she's a pro. She understands that you have to have a broad range of people to get attention from. So she just appeals to everyone. She appeals to a wide range of fetishists. I can't help but admire the dedication. Not everybody works that hard. For real. She could have just done porn, which I mean, yeah, she does, but could have just done that, and instead she chose to do mukbanging and makeup and music. I mean, damn. She basically did the YouTube equivalent of diversifying her portfolio. Girl knows how to garner sympathy like a cancer patient. I don't really mind the beauty community too much. They're so entertaining. The dramatics that they have are basically our new form of theater. I mean, it's all staged, so it's basically performance art, you know, without sitting in a public park doing something real weird. But I respect those who can actually do makeup. It's hard to do eye makeup when your tears are acid. You have no idea how many contacts I've gone through. My tears might be acidic enough to cut through eyeliner, but they're not as acidic as her sheep. Fan base. Come on. Being vain is fun. It's a costume to put on when you need a little reassurance that you're pretty or you're good or you're someone to be admired. Spoiler alert. You don't matter. So why not be vain? There's so many ways to be vain. But ultimately it comes down for a desire to take a nice long rest in the spotlight. Some people use the appearance of wealth as a way to be vain. And when I say appearance of wealth, I mean it's the kind of people who have to show you that they're rich. Look at motivational speakers. They're always so successful. They all give out iterations of the same standard advice you could find with a Google search or, reading a book. But somehow they have people slobbering over their 10 tips for being successful at your soul-sucking job. Doesn't that seem a little bit questionable? Maybe it's just me because I'm a suspicious fuck. But how do they do it? They always say there's a big secret, and then they give you something that's rather mundane, that you probably already know most of it already, or have heard it in some other form in a Hallmark movie, or, from your grandpa when he got real drunk and philosophical towards the end of his life. They fake it. This is just catnip, by the way. It still gets me really stoned, which is funny, because I haven't been a cat for a few weeks now. I suppose catnip is cheaper than shrooms. But these people, they fake it. All you need is the appearance of success and some really reasonable sounding advice. You don't have to be successful to sound successful, just as you don't have to be smart to sound smart. You do have to sound clever to be clever, though. Unless you're delusional. You can be generous and vain, too, Haven't you noticed that anyone who wants to be perceived as good always has to tell people when they do something good? Like when they donate a bunch of money or do 6 hours of community service in front of a camera for a video that'll ultimately get monetized. Or, just showing basic human decency. These people get it. They understand. Why do something like that without getting the credit? It just doesn't matter if you don't tell anyone. Because to truly be vain means that you have to be so insecure that you need constant reassurance from other people. I reassure myself in the mirror every day, so I'm not really all that vain. I'm more narcissistic. And don't worry, we'll get to that one. But you know the type. You've probably done some vain things already. Have you ever taken more than 10 selfies just to get that perfect shot, and then edit it just right, make the frames a little bigger some places and smaller in others? By the way, we can all tell when you're using the makeup Snapchat filter, so don't try. You post it, and if you don't get enough likes or comments with, the heart eye emojis, you delete it because you need that reassurance. That's a sign that you're vain. There's plenty of better ways to be vain. You just have to be so desperate for it that you're willing to change yourself completely just for the attention, even if you don't change at all. And when you finally realize just how empty your life is without the flattery, when you have your final aria before you delete your Twitter account or threaten to yeet yourself off this physical plane, do give me a call. If you're going to be a beautiful train wreck, let me watch. If you follow me on Twitter, which, links below, though, I feel like you idiots can figure this out. I mean, I just called you idiots, but honestly, just scroll down. How hard is this? I shouldn't have to explain this. I really shouldn't have to say it in videos. I have no idea why do people do it? Should I be doing it? I don't know if I should be doing it. I don't know why I'm so insecure right now. I'm not usually this insecure. This string of catnip sure is making me paranoid. You can follow me on Twitter to watch me bully Olive. And remember, chums, every time you support Olive and I on Patreon, a white girl drops her pumpkin spice. Alright, patrons, you gave us money. Here's your stupid song. This is my Patreon supporter song. Thank you for helping me continue on. Tom St. Clair, Nicholas Lathan, Nikki, Hannah, Gavin and Phil, Kendall, Kane, Jimmy Crumb, Ricardo, Neojabu, Brandmaster 2, Donnie, Name. Thank you. See you next time, douche canoes. Life is suffering.